Why persistence beats belief every time is the secret most people completely miss when trying to manifest their dreams. It's not about forcing yourself to believe harder or pretending until it feels real. The real magic happens when you consistently hold the feeling of already having what you want, even if it feels fake or distant at first. This kind of persistence rewires your awareness, shifting your reality without struggle or strain. The biggest lie in manifestation is that you're supposed to force belief. That if you repeat affirmations long enough or visualize hard enough, you'll eventually convince the universe to give you what you want. But that's not how this works. Manifestation is not about convincing anything outside of you. It's about choosing a state inside of you and staying there. Not for a few seconds, not just when you're feeling good, but through everything. People think the process is about getting something. But it's never been about getting, it's about becoming. Becoming the one who already has it. Becoming the one who no longer doubts it. Becoming the version of yourself who would naturally be living that life right now. That's where persistence comes in. But persistence doesn't mean pushing. It means returning. Returning to the end. Returning to the version of you that already lives in the wish fulfilled. You're not fighting for it. You're relaxing into it. And yet, because the current reality often looks so different, that relaxation can feel like effort. But what you're really doing is allowing awareness to shift. You're allowing your attention to drift again and again toward a new self-image until that image becomes more natural than the old one. This is the deeper meaning of living from the end. It's not about faking or forcing. It's about accepting a new identity and letting everything else follow. The outer world is slow. It doesn't respond to need or impatience. It responds to identity. And identity is what you return to. Again and again, gently but firmly. Most people quit too early. They say it's not working because they haven't seen results. But manifestation doesn't start when things appear, it starts when you shift. When you persist in a state long enough that it starts to feel like home. That's the only real job, to remain. Not to fix, not to change, not to control, just to remain. To remain in the feeling that it's already done. That it's already yours. And when that becomes your natural place, the outer world adjusts. It has no choice. That's how it's always worked. Not through effort, but through alignment. Not through control, but through confidence. The version of you who has it is not desperate. They're certain, and certainty is born from repetition. So you return to the end, and you stay there until staying feels like breathing. When it comes to persistence in manifestation, most people imagine it means repeating the same affirmation or visualization every single day, trying to force a feeling or belief until it finally sticks. But that's only part of the picture. What Neville Goddard emphasized is that persistence is about returning to a feeling and assumption. A state of consciousness, rather than repeating words or images mechanically. It's about identifying with the version of yourself who already has what you want, no matter how impossible it seems right now. That's the subtle difference that changes everything. You're not persisting to convince reality to shift. Reality is already finished, already complete. What you are really doing is persistently choosing to identify with a portion of reality you want to experience, a reality that exists in its entirety beyond your current awareness. Manifestation is the unfolding of your awareness to match that reality. The more you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and persist in it, the more your attention naturally moves toward thoughts, feelings, and experiences aligned with that state. Persistence is not about blind repetition or forcing belief. It's a calm, confident, and gentle return to the chosen state again and again, even when your old self tries to pull your attention back to doubt, fear, or lack. And that's why persistence is so misunderstood. Because it feels like a struggle to those still attached to the old self concept. The process is like learning to walk through fog. You can't see the path ahead clearly, but you keep stepping in the direction of your chosen identity until the fog lifts. The real power of persistence lies in patience paired with faithfulness. You don't have to believe the new reality fully right now. You only have to return to it consistently, like a steady pulse, until it becomes your new natural state. It's not about forcing or faking anything. It's about allowing the new feeling to grow until it replaces the old one. Over time, the new self-concept feels less like an act and more like a natural way of being. That's when your external world starts to reflect this internal change effortlessly. You're not trying to create something new out of thin air. You're simply persistently directing your awareness toward the part of creation that already exists. And persistence is the bridge that carries you from where you are now to where you want to be. Not by doing more, but by being more of the self who already has it. It's a practice of faith in your own inner experience, not in the external conditions. The more you stay with this inner truth, the quicker the outer reality aligns. Many people get stuck in the idea that they must believe their manifestation before it can happen. They search for belief like a missing key. And when they don't find it, they feel broken or like something is wrong with them. But belief is not a prerequisite. It's actually the result of persistent assumption, not the cause. You don't have to force belief or try to fake it until it feels real. Instead, what matters is continuing to stay in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, even when belief is shaky or absent. Belief is a feeling that grows naturally as familiarity with the new identity increases. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. You don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You water it gently, protect it from harsh weather, and trust the process. In the same way, you don't have to believe fully right now. You just have to keep returning to the end scene, keep living from the place where your desire is already fulfilled, and trust that belief will come as a natural consequence. The key is staying faithful even when the outside world seems to say otherwise. Even when doubt creeps in, even when circumstances look bleak, the inner practice is to return calmly to the fulfilled feeling. That's persistence in its purest form. It's not about pushing or forcing the universe. It's about steady faithfulness to the end you desire. Over time, this steady return softens the resistance of the old self-concept and replaces it with a new, stronger identity. It's perfectly normal to have moments of doubt. What matters is what you do after those moments. If you give up or let doubt win, the old identity reasserts itself. But if you gently come back, over and over, the new identity gains strength. And with that strength comes belief. Belief that is not fragile or conditional, but deeply rooted in experience. So don't worry if belief isn't fully there yet. Don't let its absence stop you. Keep coming back. Keep assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Stay with the feeling long enough for belief to catch up. Because belief is the echo of persistence, not the start. Persistence is what carries you through the fog of uncertainty until your new reality becomes visible and undeniable. One of the hardest parts about manifestation is the feeling that your new identity or fulfilled desire is fake or distant. That uncomfortable sensation is often mistaken for failure or doubt, but it's actually a sign that you're doing it correctly. When you imagine a version of yourself or a reality that is very different from your current experience, it will almost always feel unnatural at first. The brain resists what it doesn't know. Your emotions will flag it as false or impossible. This feeling is simply the gap between your old self-concept and the new one. What's important to realize is that this gap is the workplace of transformation. If the new state felt comfortable or natural right away, it would mean it's simply a small shift within your current identity. But when it feels fake or awkward, it means you are stepping beyond your usual boundaries into new territory. That discomfort is the stretching of your awareness, the breaking down of old limitations, and the emergence of a new self. This is the very essence of growth and manifestation. Instead of pushing away the feeling of fakeness or trying to immediately believe in the new reality, it's best to acknowledge the discomfort as part of the process and persist gently. Persistence means staying with the feeling of the wish fulfilled, even when your mind or emotions say it's not real. It means holding that assumption with patience, without forcing or rushing. Over time, as you return to the new assumption again and again, the uncomfortable feelings will fade, replaced by familiarity and naturalness. What once felt fake will become normal. The key is not to get stuck in judging your feelings, but to keep the focus on the end result, the feeling of fulfillment that you are cultivating through persistence. The more you stay with it, the more it becomes your new default state. Remember, persistence is not about convincing the outside world to change overnight. It's about allowing your inner reality to evolve until it becomes strong enough to reflect outwardly. When you embrace the awkwardness instead of fearing it, you accelerate your manifestation because you are actively shifting your self-concept beyond what's comfortable or known. Patience is often the missing ingredient in manifestation. It's the quiet, steady companion to persistence that helps the whole process unfold naturally. Without patience, persistence can turn into frustration or forcing, which only creates resistance. Patience means trusting the timing of your own transformation in the universe without rushing or demanding immediate results. Manifestation is not about speeding things up or pushing harder. It's about consistent, calm alignment with the end result while allowing time for awareness to expand and for external reality to catch up. The changes you want to see don't happen by changing the outer first. They happen when your inner awareness shifts deeply enough. That inner shift takes time and gentle nurturing, like cultivating a garden. Patience does not mean passive waiting. It means active waiting with faithfulness. It means continuing to live from the fulfilled feeling even when nothing appears to have changed. It means knowing that beneath the surface, your consciousness is quietly rearranging itself to match the new reality. This invisible process cannot be rushed because it depends on dissolving old identities and creating new ones at a fundamental level. The more patient you are, the more effortless persistence becomes. You don't have to strain or struggle because patience softens the resistance and gives space for transformation. Patience allows you to observe your doubts and fears without getting trapped by them. Then gently return to the assumption you are cultivating. Manifestation is a delicate dance between persistence and patience. Persistence is the steady choice to live from the end, and patience is the quiet trust that the process is working, even when it feels slow or unseen. Together, they create a powerful current that moves your awareness until your desired reality becomes undeniable. So keep returning to your end scene with persistence, and let patience carry you through the in-between moments, knowing that change is quietly happening beneath the surface. One of the biggest challenges with persistence is knowing how to keep going without pushing so hard that you burn out or feel frustrated. Persistence is not about brute force or grinding yourself down. It's about a gentle, consistent return to your desired state with ease and grace. The secret is balance, balancing steady focus with relaxation, effort with surrender. It's easy to mistake forcing persistence for genuine persistence. When you push too hard, you create tension and resistance inside yourself, which blocks the natural flow of manifestation. Instead, true persistence is relaxed and natural. It's like breathing. You don't have to remind yourself to breathe, you just do it. In the same way, staying in the feeling of the wish fulfilled should become a natural habit, not a chore or struggle. Creating small daily rituals that connect you to your desired state can help. These rituals don't need to be complicated or long. They can be as simple as a few moments of imagining the end, feeling the emotions, or quietly affirming the fulfilled feeling. The key is consistency, not intensity. Even a little bit every day adds up when done without strain. Another important part of staying persistent without burning out is compassion toward yourself. When doubt, distraction, or discouragement arise, treat yourself with kindness. Instead of criticizing yourself for slipping away from the end feeling, gently guide yourself back. Persistence is about patience with the process and with yourself. Remember that manifestation is not a race. It's a journey of transformation. The more you accept that it takes time and that setbacks are part of the path, the easier it becomes to stay persistent. You are not fighting reality. You are aligning with it. This alignment feels light and natural when done with awareness and care. So keep returning to your fulfilled state gently but consistently. Let persistence be your steady companion, and let patience soften the edges. Together, they will carry you forward until the new reality you desire is not just imagined but fully lived and felt. If you found this helpful, take a moment right now to commit to gently persisting in your feeling of fulfillment every day, no matter how strange it feels at first. Remember, persistence is what shifts your awareness and transforms your reality. Drop a comment below sharing what you're going to persist in, and let's support each other on this journey. I will meet you with another golden nugget. Happy manifesting.